What you guys, got another video on how to upgrade to Windows 11 on old computers without losing programs and data. I'm going to show you how to basically upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11 if your computer is unsupported, and I'll also show you how to quickly debloat it and even how to get all your group policies set in place very quickly in this video. You can see we're running Windows 10 22H2. And this is the last version of Windows 10 that you can have. You want to make sure your Windows 10 is fully updated. And once you've done this, you should be pretty much good to go. You can see here we're running a TPM with no support here, which means we can't really officially upgrade to Windows 11. But using this workaround, it allows you to do it really quickly and easily. Now, there's quite a few ways of going about doing this, but this is one of the easiest ways, and I've showed you how to do this before, but it's been updated a little bit, and I wanted to show you again in this video. Now, it goes without saying, make sure you understand what you're getting into with this upgrade process on unsupported hardware, and also make sure you back up all your data to prevent any sort of data loss. Now, before we continue, let's have a quick word from today's video sponsor, CD Key Sales. If you're looking for cheap Windows 11 Pro OEM keys, then check out the links in the video description. Create yourself an account on CD Key Sales and use my promo code R09 and apply this to your order and get a 30% discount on all your purchases. Once you submit your order, they will send you your key. You can either use these to upgrade from Windows 10 Home or Windows 11 Home to Pro versions, or you can use it to activate your version of Windows, just like you see on the screen right here. It's super easy to do. Anyway, let's get back to the upgrade process. What we're going to use is Flyby 11. You've seen me show you this before, but it has been updated, and I want to quickly show you how easy it is if you have an old computer that is not supported for Windows 11 because of the strict requirements that Windows 11 requires for you to install or upgrade to. Now, just as long as you understand what you're doing here, you are installing or upgrading to Windows 11 on unsupported hardware, which means that Microsoft can pull the plug at any time and stop you from receiving any sort of security updates. Now, as it stands right now on the 19th of the 12th, 2024, you can still receive all updates from Microsoft, even on unsupported hardware, but that can change in the near future, so be warned. Anyway, let's go ahead and download the actual script that we need here, and we're also going to download 7-zip because we will definitely need that program to unpack the actual file. So we've downloaded both of these. Let's go ahead and install 7-zip here. Very simple and easy to do. It's a free program you can use, and it's probably one of the best free zip tools that you can actually use. Let's go ahead and go to the search box here, and what we're going to do is quickly type CMD and run this as administrator. Now, once we've got the command prompt box open, what we're going to do here, this is the important part, we're going to type DISM space / online, and then we're going to do space / and then get, and then dash, and then we're going to put INTL, just like so. Push enter, and this is going to tell us the default system UI language that we're using for this computer. Why is this important? Because when you're downloading your ISO file to upgrade to Windows 11, it's important that you use the default system UI language pack, and make sure you download the ISO that is for the English Great Britain in this case, because it's important. If you use a different one, you will not be able to keep your programs. This is a big problem. I see a lot of people make this mistake, and this is how you can resolve that issue. So let's go ahead and unpack our Flyby 11. So there's going to unzip this by right-clicking and extract all. And you can see I just used the Windows one here, and I've even installed 7-zip. But hey, let's move on. So what we're going to do here now is right-click on Flyby 11. You can see it right here. There is an upgrader here. Now, if this stops working for any sort of time, you can actually go to the Fido website and download their updated script and drop it straight in here, and it will work again and download the correct ISO. If you go to the Flyby 11 website, right here, you can see Fido script. Click on here, it takes you straight here, and you can download the latest version. We don't need that because the Flyby 11 guy has just updated his script to the latest version, so we don't need to update it. It's already updated. So let's right click on this and run this as administrator, and you should see something like this. Use flyby script to bypass Windows 11 restrictions and install on unsupported devices. The one that's important for us is these top two here, native, recommended, and also method 1, in place upgrade via server setup. This is important because when you install this, you will see installing Windows Server, but it is actually installing Windows 11. A technical note here is the pop count requirement. If you are running a system with a CPU from around 2010 or older, you're not going to be able to use this workaround to install Windows 11. In fact, you will not be able to install Windows 11 24H2 on that computer whatsoever. So bear that in mind. Once you're ready to go, click on the Start button, and this will open up this little box here to download our ISO. All we need to do here is select the version, which is Windows 11, click Continue. It's going to want to download the latest release, which is in this case 24H2. From this, click Continue again. And now the edition, which is Windows 11 Home, Pro or Education. So click Continue. And this is the part where it's going to offer us the actual file for the language. Now remember what I talked about before. My version is English Great Britain, which is English International for me. If you're running English United States, you need to make sure you select the English United States version. This way it will let you upgrade to the latest version of Windows and also keep your programs. So we're going to use English International in this case because my version was English Great Britain. So x64 is all versions of Windows, so we're going to let that go and it will start to download our ISO. Once it's downloaded, you should see something like this on the script window right here saying Windows 11 24H2 ISO has been downloaded and completed. Click OK. Now we need to select our ISO, so click OK again. And now this window will pop up and now we select the ISO that we just downloaded, which is this one right here. Select that and we can now click on Open. And this will move over to the next part where it says selected ISO, and it just shows us which one we've just selected. Click OK again. It's now going to mount that ISO, and then you should see something looking like this, which it says Windows Server Setup. Install Windows Server. It's not going to be installing Windows Server. It's going to be installing the Windows 11 on this system. So it's going to check for updates, get a few things ready for you, and it's going to check your PC. Don't worry about it. It's going to bypass it because we've already used the workaround. Now they accept their terms and conditions, and then we can move on with the upgrade. Now you can see choose what to keep. We have options for all three here. We can keep files, settings, and apps because we choose the right version of ISO during the installation process. If you've used the wrong one and that's grayed out, you didn't select the right version, and that's why it's grayed out. It's going to get updates for us, and then it's going to go ahead and it's going to tell us that it's going to make for sure the system's ready and got enough space, and now it's ready to install. And now we can go ahead and install our operating system. So we're now upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11. I know it says installing Windows Server, but it's not. It's upgrading to Windows 11 24H2, as I said in that message right there. I'll speed this process up, not to bore you, and it will now restart your PC. And once it restarts, you'll see another upgrade window and a bit of installation just like so. And now we've upgraded to Windows 11 from Windows 10 on an unsupported computer. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to download a tool from that same person, and we're going to be downloading the Bloaty Nosy version, and it's going to allow us to uninstall a lot of apps because obviously a lot of apps have been installed on this system and we don't want that on our system. So let's go ahead and click on the executable or the zip file. Now you can see here it's give us a warning and telling us this file is unsafe, and it's because it's an executable file. But I'm going to hit the three dots and click keep. Now show more, and we're going to keep anyway because I know the program is safe. Now I'm going to click on this one right here and it will open up the application. Once we see this right here, it's going to start offering us to set up Windows 11. Now, if your antivirus program has flagged this program, it's because of the nature of the program. It's what we call a false positive. So you can either choose not to use it or use it. It's entirely up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and use it because it is safe. Now we're going to go ahead and remove all the pre-installed apps first. Now this is a window here that's going to select all of the apps. If you want to remove all of them, then leave sort by all apps right here. And you can see a big long list of all the apps that it's selected right here. And there might be apps inside here that you want to keep. So bear that in mind. But I'm just going to select a few just to show you here if I wanted to select just one at a time. You can select them all if you want to. But if you want to just remove a few, then just select the ones that you want to remove. There's also a little list here that says most annoying bloatware. You can select this right here and it will go ahead and select the most annoying bloatware right on the left hand side. You can select all by holding your shift key down like this and then add them all to the list if you wanted to get rid of all of them. Just like I'm going to show you right here, and you're just going to click plus and it's going to move them over here. And now you can just click on the remove tab if you want to remove all of these. If there's too many inside here and you want to change your mind and remove one and put it back, you can do. You can just highlight it and then click the minus button here and it will move this out of the list and it won't remove it. Just like so. I'll just quickly show you so you can see, and then it will show you exactly what we're doing here. So it's just removed that from the list and it won't remove that program, but I'm going to add it back in. So what we're going to do now is click on the remove key and it will basically remove all of these apps. These are the most annoying bloatware apps that come pre-installed on Windows. I shall speed this process up and hopefully once this is done, these will all be removed from the computer. Now, if you do see an error code there, don't worry. That just means that it couldn't remove that program. And sometimes this happens because the script might need to be updated or Microsoft might be blocking you from uninstalling that app. So you can look into this more in detail when you've got your own PC, but basically it just allows you to remove all the built-in apps. Let's go back to the start button here. And from here, we're going to go to the one on the left-hand side here, which is now customizing Windows 11. You can see here it's going to remove all of the other bloat from Windows for us as well and disable it all. This is disabling all of the ads that come bundled inside Windows. This is for File Explorer ads and a load of other ones right here. And you can see it just wants us to enable all of these to remove them all. And it's going to enable all of these and it's applied all these settings. Now, of course, if you don't want all of them, you can change the sort all or sort it to a selection of your choice. We can turn off all the telemetry and see all the other stuff that it's removed here, and it saves a lot of time. It's really quick and easy to use this application. And if you want to see a dedicated video on this, then let me know in the comments section down below and I'll be happy to make a full video of it for you. So I've now used this program and we can now move on to something else. This guy has actually made another program which is quite useful. I'll quickly show you that one just in case that interests you as well. So I'm going to close this off and we'll go to his website again, which is on GitHub, and I'll show you it. So it's removed a lot of apps, but it ain't removed all of them. And we can remove some of these ourselves by just clicking on these and clicking uninstall. And I'll show you how to do that right here. You can see all the programs are listed right here. It's cleaned it up quite a lot. And it's also took out a lot of the settings for ads and things like that. So let's go back and take a look at Anti-Spy here. He's got a program called XD Anti-Spy, and we can download this as well. And I'll show you basically what this is. I have made a video on this on my channel, so check out that if you want to see that video. I'm going to go here and click on the Explore button and extract all of these, just like so. And I'll quickly show you how this works. Again, I've made videos on this before. So I'm going to right click and run this as administrator and you should see a little box popping up. This is it right here. And again, this will remove a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to go too much into detail here, but you can see it just removes a lot of stuff here that you don't want on your PC. And a lot of this is to do with telemetry and a lot of other stuff that you might not be using. So for instance, you can see turn off power throttling and also turn off telemetry data collection and a bunch of other stuff inside here. So these are the settings. You can go through and select what you want. It'll even disable recall on here and Copilot. If you don't want Copilot on your system or recall, it will definitely turn all of these off. You can see disable the Copilot symbol in Edge, and there's a bunch of other stuff in here which you can check mark. So go through it with a fine-tooth comb and check mark what you like. There's other programs like Shut Up 10 that you can use as well, or you can use Chris Titus Text tool. If you want to use that tool, you can do. There's many tools out there that you can use, but I'll show you another way to also use your group policy settings if you've backed them up and just drop them straight into here, and it'll also make these settings changes for you, and it will make it super quick and easy. So let me just quickly polish these off, and we'll apply these settings, and we'll quickly go on and use the group policy settings for here for you. And if you've got tools that you like using or the ways you like doing things, by all means do them. This is just a how-to tutorial video. This is not the best programs to do things. This is just programs you can use to do a particular job. There's plenty to choose from out there, so choose your poison and go with it. So let's go ahead and polish this off, and we'll move on to the next step, which is to use the group policy. So I definitely want to use those because it makes things a lot quicker and easier. It means I don't have to download any other programs, and some people might prefer to use that as well. Let me just sort this taskbar out here. I just want to go inside here, and I want to turn that widgets off because I don't like that widgets there. And that is now off. So we've got this on hide. I'm going to show icon there because I prefer to use that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step, which is basically removing some of the applications that might be left behind because they haven't been removed by that script. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look, and we can remove the rest of these. So let's head over to the installed apps. So installed apps inside the app section right here, and we can go ahead and click the three dots and remove any sort of remnants that haven't been removed. And it's just that simple. It's no big deal, no big drama. Just click on the stuff you don't want and uninstall. It's that simple. And again, you don't need to even download scripts if you don't want to. You can basically turn a lot of this stuff off manually if you want to. It just takes a little bit more time, but do whatever you want to do. If you don't trust scripts, use your own methods by doing it manually or using group policies which are built into Windows, and turn them off, because that's all them scripts are basically doing, making registry edits or policies on the system and turning stuff off. So let me just quickly go through here and remove a lot of this stuff that's been left behind. And there is scripts out there that can remove a lot of this stuff as well. So again, like I said before, this is not what the best scripts are. This is just another way to show you different things and different scripts that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and uninstall the rest of this stuff. And there's not much more to uninstall. There is an Xbox here. I'm just going to remove that as well. If you do use Xbox or any of that stuff, then leave it on the system. If you use the Windows Store, by all means, leave that on the system as well, because you might need it. If you don't need it, then you can uninstall it. Just going to go ahead and remove movies and TV here, and Paint 3D, and also this mail and calendar. And I think we're pretty much there. We've pretty much got all of this off. Let me just quickly remove that Paint 3D here, and we are done. That'll do. I think that's pretty clean, and you can remove more stuff if you want to. But once we've got this done, let's go ahead and we'll take care of those group policies. So the group policies are going to basically make a lot of changes on the system. So here is my policies that I've had backed up and saved, and there's a ton of them. And I know people keep asking me for these. I will give you them. I just need to make a video with what's actually been disabled, and I'll show you. And I'll put them up on my server, and you can download them for yourself to use on your own computer. You just have to be a bit more patient. So let me go ahead, and we're going to go into Windows System 32 here, and we're going to go into the group policy folder here, because there is no group policies on here because it's just been upgraded, and you can see it's empty. So I can paste these back in here, and these will be all my policy settings. So what are they changing? It's going to be changing a lot of Windows settings in privacy and security, and a lot of other areas on the PC as well. So all of this stuff that hasn't been turned off, you can see here, like here, you can manually turn these off, but the policies will completely disable these and turn them off and stop you turning them back on. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to paste these right in here, like so. And once that's done, we can close it off. We will need to restart the PC. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly restart. And once that's restarted, we'll quickly speed this up. And we should be back at the desktop. And once we get back there, I'll show you exactly what it's done. And pretty much from there on, you're done. It's not that long. And it doesn't take that long if you know what you're doing. And we can go straight into here, go settings, and go into privacy and security. And of course, we can go straight into here and you can see they've all been turned off. And it says some of these settings are managed by your organization, which is policies that we've set in place. So you don't have to go in here and turn all of this stuff off manually. You can do it with this policy settings just like so. And I will upload these to my server. I'll make a separate video so you'll know exactly what these files are and what they're doing. And you can make changes to it. And basically, I'll show you exactly what it does and you'll be able to download them and import them just like you can see right here. Super easy. Anyway, I think that is going to be about it. I wanted to make a complete video from start to finish for people that are on really old computers that want to upgrade to Windows 11 and they don't mind taking the risk because they haven't got the money to upgrade to a new computer. This is a really easy way of doing it. The other option is to stay on Windows 10 and extend the Windows 10 updates for another year for $30. If you want to do that, that's another choice. You can use zero patch if you want to keep it longer than that. And you can even, use the computer without updates if you're one of those people that like to live on the edge. Or you can go down a different path and use Linux on that old computer. If you don't want to take a risk with Windows 11, you can use Linux and that will be fully updatable and it's fully updated all the time and you don't have to worry about updates. Anyway, these are just some of your solutions and this is basically how you can do it from start to finish. As long as you know what you're getting into, as long as you back up all your data, you should be okay. Anyway, with that said, I think that's going to be about it. I'm starting to waffle on. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members, whether you're tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3. I really do appreciate the support. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer those questions for you. Catch you in the next one.